Hey everybody, it's Gale Banks. It's Banks date 20,915, and today we're going to talk about this little 427 small block Chevy. We're kind of mocking up the Hot Rod 60th anniversary engine, which I want to give to Hot Rod by Christmas 2015. Not many weeks from now, Christmas shoppers. I want to talk a little about the turbo dress. This is something we've been doing on a small block Chevy for over 40 years. And in fact, I think it dates back to the late 60s. It's kind of changed through the years. We pressurized a carburetor back in the day. We used a couple of Ray J turbochargers. And we made 700 horsepower with iron heads. We just took one of my 350 Marine long blocks from my Marine program and dressed it for the street, twin turboed it, and those things powered the first magazine car clocked on the street at over 200 miles an hour. And that was on the cover of Car and Driver, June of '84, one of our Firebird tuner cars. About 20 years ago, we fuel injected the program and went to Garrett-based turbochargers, and that kind of brought us into the modern era, if you will, although they're still just T04s, but with the big 60-1 compressor. And on the pump, we made about 1,115 horsepower, still with a really not serious engine. Those were 375 inches. So this engine, I decided I loved the number 427. I'm going to build a 427. We'll do a little program about that coming up, about the build of the long engine itself. Everybody old enough to remember when the 55 Chevy came out is in this program with me. So there's a lot of legendary companies and legendary guys who are friends of mine that chipped in to build this thing. Here's what's different. First of all, let's talk about the air management. What you see on the side of the engine here is an update of our high temp casting that mounts the turbocharger, mounts the wastegate, allows you to vector it's V-banded so you can aim the wastegate outlet however you want. These heat shields protect the valve cover gaskets, the alternator, and over here the air conditioning compressor. We've got a vintage air front end. This is their latest edition. Very slick looking front end on this thing. And it's using some big head. I like a lot of head diameter, diaphragm diameter compared to valve diameter on my wastegates. These are some that were kind of built to our spec by the guys at Al. They're a nice product. So basically, the setup uses two wastegate controlled center inlet turbochargers. And hey, Mike, can you come in? And Mike and I are going to put them on. Why don't you get that side, I'll get this side. And we'll just put them onto our mock-up here. And have to excuse Mike for walking in front of you while you were watching. So there we are. So what we've got now is two 60-1s. These are it'll require nuts in finish so the turbos won't fall off. This compressor, these guys give me enough air mass and air density to right about just shy of 1,200 horsepower. This is going to be an everyday driver. It's either going to go in something like my Chevy short bed pickup, 90 Chevy, which was a 454 SS when it was born. Or maybe my wife Vicky's 70.5 Firebird Formula 400, which is a very romantic piece of equipment in its own right. So what happens here? We get cold air from the nose of the vehicle, and I'm a real advocate of not putting air cleaners on the front of the turbocharger and then closing the hood so all you inhale is 180 to 200 degree air. That's kind of lame. That air density is too low. I want it off the nose. I want cold air off the nose of the vehicle. Into the compressor, out of the compressors, we can either go to charge air cooling and then back into our air inlet plenum, or you can water inject. In this case, we're going to water alcohol inject into the rise on this Bill Mitchell Products intake manifold. Once the boost air is in the plenum, we've done something kind of cool, because we used to blow a carburetor, and you know, blowing a carburetor has its trickery, and no matter how trick you are, you really don't get a very good refined fuel curve, especially if you're changing altitude, that sort of thing. So I get carburetors, but I haven't carbureted anything in decades. So here we've got, if you look down inside, what we've done is gone to a 4500 pattern where we used to use the 4160, and our butterflies are now 2 1/4. It's a Dominator size. So the pressure drop going through here at wide open throttle is almost nil. What's going on the back? What's happening back here? This is our shuttle valve system that we did 40 some years ago that works so good, I've never changed it. This is the air dump port. And the air dump port has a mirror outlet on the other side. Inside that dump port is our shuttle piston. So when you're running, the piston obscures the outlet. When you drop throttle, we have a spring that enters, spring loads the piston. Nice short baby. And this is the spring guide and piston stop that goes in this end. So we run a number 10 AN line from here to below the butterflies on the chimney of the manifold. The minute you start dropping throttle, this thing is all the way open. There's a cap here, so you know that's the piston stop and seals the whole apparatus. This is the quickest, biggest port dump valve on the market. I don't know of anything quicker or larger, and that completes the plenum area with the exception of the cover that goes on the top. I'll just go ahead and lay this on here so you can see how it looks in finish. So there you go. So more to come. We'll be doing this more frequently, and it'll be posted on bankspower.com. If you want to know more about our history with the twin turbos, there's quite a bit of information. Go to bankspower.com, and then on the home page, scroll down to the twin turbo icon. It's about that big. Just click on that. It'll take you to the twin turbo thing. There's videos, there's write-ups, there's all kinds of stuff on this. I think it's a kick in the ass to read this stuff. Of course, I wrote some of it. Anyhow, you guys enjoy, and I'll see you on an upcoming Banks Day.